A very good afternoon to our viewers today. Reuben is my name. I'm the CEO, User Investment Limited. We've been bringing you these live feeds for some time now. Today we'd like to talk about fitness, the power of exercise and fitness. This is a topic that is, of course, something that is inside me. This is something I do almost every other day. And I would like to share my story. Also share some of the lessons I've learned. Some of them are very key. Many people have been struggling the matter of with the challenges of fitness, the challenges of weight loss for some, and very few on the challenges of weight gain. I would like to share my experience today so that we can all benefit and see how well we can do in this moment we are staying. How does fitness apply to your business and to your career? And I think that is the topic today. The power of exercise and fitness, how does it apply to your career and your business? And I've seen it work in my life. These are key lessons, and fitness is very important, not just for your career and business, for your life. We are living in a moment of COVID. What is one of the things that COVID has taught all of us? If I was to ask you blankly, it is about immunity. Immunity is so important discussion today. Based on your level of immunity, you're able to persevere the effects of this flu, the effects of COVID. And how do you get immunity? Of course, it has to do with your feeding. How well do you eat? Balanced diet, something we learned so well in our primary school. How do you keep your body active? And that's where exercise and fitness come in. And that's one gives you immunity. Of course, all of us, the God will give us good health. But we have to pursue fitness ourselves. It is God who gives the good health. But we can't sleep out there and wait. We have to do what we are supposed to. We are supposed to keep fit. Fitness has so many advantages. Last year, of course, for those who follow me, Reuben Kimani KE, in my Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and everywhere, even in YouTube, shared my story about fitness. Last year, I was 14 years heavier than you see me right now. Of course, I would share a photo to show you that. Lost 14 kgs in a period of like 1 year. It was intensive, but I learned so many things. It's not about weight loss. There are so many things that you benefit and change the moment you decide to live a fit life. There are so many benefits. I would like to share some of these benefits. So last year, before I go on, lost 14 kgs. How did I do it? I started running. We learned that because of COVID in March of last year, we can now find time. We are so idle. Most people used to stay in their living rooms watching TV, some watching series and doing all manner of things. There are those who resorted to reading books, you could not visit each other. So what happens, we found so much time, my business engages me 150%, and maybe your work as well. So we found time to be going for walks. It started with walks, debate walks. Our parks were open. Karura, for example, has been a nice place to be able to exercise fitness. We started by walking, talking every day, meeting every other Saturday with a group of people, friends of mine. Eventually it turned out from walking, of course we were discussing, then we felt, hey, we started running for a few kilometers, like 3 kilometers, 5 kilometers, then graduated to 10 kilometers. Within a period of like 2 months, we were already doing like 21 kilometers. Sometimes walking and running. It was gradual. We even did a full marathon at some point. These Saturdays when we were not engaged. That habit was built up. The group still exists. We still run every other Saturday. We do a half a marathon every Saturday, except of course Saturdays when somebody is engaged. We created a habit, and it was not easy. I remember sometimes every time I increased the distance and the speed, I had to go back home after the exercise and sleep a bit because the body was being challenged every time. Right now, every Saturday in the morning, 6:30 a.m. In Karura, we go there 6:30 to 7 a.m., do half a marathon every Saturday. In between the week, we go to the gym. depending on what your plan is. In 1 year, 14 kgs gone, of course, with, of course, food. I would also like to talk about that. I've learned so many things from that, and I would like to share in this video. Some guys have asked me to do this. I've been postponing, but today let's talk about fitness. What are these benefits I'm talking about? The first benefit is, of course, being fit and being of good health. One of the things I would like to tell you, and this might not apply to everyone, it's more than 1 year since I got a cold, personally. And of course, people around me at home have gotten colds. And I'm not saying this because of my own strength. Of course, God has been watching over me. But I've learned that every time you are active, you engage in an exercise, it's very hard to get a cold. And I also suspect so many other diseases. Your immunity, I think, increases, your chest opens up. There's a biology behind that that I can't be able to explain. The last time I had a cold is more than 1 year ago. It was a bit intense, but it ended in a short time. That is about immunity. Fitness gives you a good health. There's a difference between fitness. Exercise is an activity of, it's a training activity. Fitness is that position you are in when you're in good health, of sound mind. You can be able to do, you feel energy. So what are these advantages of maintaining fitness? Number one is good health, which I've shared. Number two, you have energy, which is very important for your business, your life, and your career. Very, very important. People are attracted to people who have energy, and this goes without saying, not people who are moody. One of the easiest things to remove my moods, of course, is to go for a run. So easy. By the time you are done with the run, you are sweating, you feel so good. 1 to 2 hours after my exercise program, I usually feel so good. And this is something that most people will tell you. 1 hour or 2 hours, for some people a whole day. So you get enough energy. Your sound mind as well. I've read stories about someone who dealt with their depression. Not to say this is the clinical treatment for it, but it's one of the aspects that minimizes, it might not remove all of it, depression and stress. One of the ways to ensure you are always active. This guy was talking about how he got depressed and decided to start running. And running is a way it engages you. One of the other thing, number three, running does to you, it also gives you your own time. It's called me time. One of the things I've learned in my exercise routine, every time I go to the treadmill, because I go to the gym, I run almost for between 30 minutes to 1 hour, most of the time 1 hour. At an average speed, you do 10 kilometers. It's easier for me because I'm used to it. I'm telling you, if you are starting, you don't start with 10 kilometers. You start with like 3 kilometers. Maybe you are walking. Over time, I'll talk about how you can be able to start. It gives you your me time. That is the time to stream news, content. Most of the time I do educational videos on different aspect time. I catch up on news that I have not. 1 hour when I exercise 3 times a week. On Saturday we go to Karura. That 1 hour I watch a lot of stuff, educational, entertainment. So it gives you, that for me is a me time. I try to catch up, try to put my mind away. For some people, they listen to music. They do this all the time. For some people, they don't want to listen to music. They don't want to watch YouTube videos or stream like I do, but they just want to feel alone. It's your me time. You're able to reflect, you're able to think. Exercise does that. When we go to Karura, we do 21 kilometers. Most of us do it within 2 hours. My best time have been 1 hour, I think 47 minutes. Got an injury, decided to slow down. Maybe I'll do 1 hour, 30 minutes at some point. Those 2 hours, I'm able to listen to a lot of stuff in my headphones. So you can do the same, and that's why people go to Karura even over the weekend, not to run, to walk there, listen. You listen to the forest. For example, Karura is one of the forests where, of course, you breathe fresh air. I was telling someone this is it's a ventilator of sorts. There's so much air, so much oxygen, so much coolness. So you can be able to have your me time. Number 4. What does exercise do to you? It teaches you discipline. This is extremely important. One of the ways to teach yourself how to be disciplined is to exercise. Exercise requires a certain irreducible minimum, a certain basic minimum for you to be able to do it. Going to the gym is not easy. Going to Karura to run is not easy. Running in your compound is not easy. Swimming every day for some people is not easy. It is something that sweats you, you pant and stuff like that. What it teaches you if you do it consistently. I've been doing this for the last more than 1 year consistently. I wish you saw me some times ago. I would have been doing this for more than 1 year and I don't miss. A minimum of 3 times a week. Then on Saturday, you do that half a marathon run. Sometimes I miss, but I can't miss at least 3 times in a week. That consistency have taught me a lot of discipline, not just in fitness, in many other things. If you can be able to go to the gym, run every morning, you are good. And I would like to mention this point. There are people who think fitness is going to the gym. Gyms in the city are very expensive. Exercise and fitness is something you can do. There are people who exercise at home. You just need your mat. Some people even you can be able to lift your water bottles and you can be able to innovate yourself. Even running out where you live, there are people who run all over. There are run groups. You can go to apps. I'll be able to tell you about that as I go along. You can run in your compound, you can run in your estate, you can run in the village every morning, it's free of charge. You can walk for those who cannot be able to run, that's where you start. There are people who can be able to swim. You have swimming pool either where you stay or something that where you can access. You can be able to pay for it. You can be able to, there are people who play football. I have a friend who does that, or volleyball in the evening. You have a club where you can join, work-life balance, leave work in good time, maybe 3 times a week, you go play football. There are so many things you can do. I've seen people who walk every evening, and so those guys are 70 years. I read a story of Moody Awori in his book. He walks 5 kilometers every day, 5 in the morning. 5 kilometers every day, and I think that's why he is 90-something. The guy doesn't have a pot, he's still straight, he's still strong because of that fitness. It also removes stress in your mind. It is all round. Fitness is very important. Number 5, exercise helps you sleep well. This is very important. One of the reasons people have insomnia is because of you have so much in your mind, you are so much tired, and most of the time is because of stress. And we have talked about exercise removing not all your stress, reducing or minimizing your stress levels. This is very important. Also, your physical body gets tired. I remember most of the time when I'm physically tired, I sleep so well. You go get tired, you take a shower, you eat, you sleep so well. Even when you remove that part of your thinking that gets stressed, of course, exercise minimizes stress. If you're able to do that, you're able to sleep way better. So those are the benefits. And I would also like to mention at this point, exercise releases, they are called, exercise releases feel-good hormones. That's what I wanted to say. They releases feel-good hormones, and one of it is called endorphins. You can check in biology, in the internet. Endorphins are released every time you exercise, and that's why you find somebody feels so good. For 2 hours after my exercise, I'm able to do a lot. My mind is so clear, my mood is even better, I'm able to converse better, I'm able to have better ideas. Number 2, it also releases something called dopamine. Dopamine is a happiness hormone. This is after you complete something, a task that is important. An exercise is so important. You complete it and you feel so good. It's the first accomplishment of the day. So those 2 hormones are very important. Just remember, this is biology. This is something that is a fact. So exercise every time. I should tell someone, if you feel so bored, you feel like you are sleepy, just take the stairs, maybe like 5 stories. Maybe you do like 2 times in a row, very fast. Then after you are done, go and wash your face. Then take a glass of cold water. All that boredom is gone. Exercise, and it is because you release feel good hormones that enable you to function better. So how do you go about it? One of the things I will let you know, how do you go about exercising? Most people are not able to know how to start. We're in the third quarter of the year, and there are people who wanted to go to the gym. There are people who wanted to cut weight. How far are you? Of course, most of us, 70% or 80%, you have done nothing. How are you able to start? Where do you get that psychological preparation? Because it's very key. Like in 2 weeks' time, we'll be doing like 37 kilometers for one of our team members who is doing a birthday. You must be told early and prepare psychologically. You must do psychological preparation. That's where it all starts. Start small. For most people, you may not need to go to the gym. You can exercise at home, or you can walk in the evening or in the morning, depending on time. For me, morning is best, before all these calls come, disturbances, disruptions and stuff like that. But you can do it in the evening if your work requires you to do so. Start by walking 30 minutes, the normal way you walk, then keep increasing the speed. When you start running, you can start with 3 kilometers or even 2 kilometers for some people. Then keep increasing. In 3 months, you should be able to do like 10 kilometers comfortably. You can be doing 30 minutes every day. When you get advanced, you can be doing 10 kilometers 3 times a week. For those who can be able to swim, you can do the same. You start small, go and swim for 20 minutes today, 10 minutes, then Wednesday you do, say today is a Friday, Monday tomorrow is a Saturday, Monday you do like 30 minutes. You keep increasing. The idea is to keep growing over time, and consistency is everything. Consistency is very important in our exercise programs. Without consistency, you cannot say it did not work. There's actually a quote that says, don't say it never worked if you are not consistent. Not just for exercise, even for our jobs, our careers, our businesses. You must be very consistent in something that makes sense, something that increases value, something that makes profit for you to be successful. Consistency is everything in exercise. Don't go and do a run of 40 kilometers once a month. It doesn't work. Do 5 kilometers maybe 3 times a week or every day. That works wonders. Consistency is everything. You teach your body and stuff like that. The number 2 thing, for most people, we are digital these days. I have a watch here. This is a Garmin watch that I bought. It is able to record, like today I've covered 2.5 kilometers. I go to the gym later in the day. It tells you the steps you have done. They tell you to do like 10,000 steps every day. Of course, it also tells me my heart rate, very important. Sometimes when I push so much, it goes above 100. When I'm running, stays there. At rest mode, it's not supposed to be more than 100. That is the heart rate. It also shows me, for this one, it also gives me the oxygen levels. We are living the era of COVID. Right now it's 92%, it's supposed to be 95. Of course, it's go back if I sit straight. It's measuring. So you can be able to invest in something. It matters, not just a decoration. It gives me a lot of data. If you're able to do that, there are those which are affordable in the market. There are so many. Fitbit, this Garmin, there are so many. You invest them for your health. The same way you invest in a good shoe. The same way you invest for some people buy cars or motorbikes and stuff like that. It's good to invest in this one. You can get it in the market. Or look, if you're not able to do, our phones are able to track most of these things. The steps covered, the distance covered. Some watches are, I don't think the phones are able to do that. The heart rate and stuff like those. One of my friend got sick and the watch was able to tell him because his heart rate was so high. And he was not feeling well. He went to the hospital, and true to the word, his heart rate was so high. He had fever and stuff like that. Those are some of the things. So you may need to invest in the right things. But before I say that, also the right shoes for my friends who are runners. I wanted to do just a video just for runners only because there are so many things to say I've learned. One of the most important investment is shoes. They are those shoes which are specific for running. I'll tell you, last year I got all the injuries I could. I got the injury in my knees. I think that was the first. Got in the injury on my toes, at the back here. Another injury here in no manner of places, at the joints here. So interesting, all places, but I never stopped. one of the things we learned when you get injured is you don't stop. What you do, you slow down. For some people, you have to go to the hospital, you apply the right things. If you are running so fast, you slow down. Like I had to slow down at some point. If you realize you are running, you have to walk for it to be able to heal. That's about running. But the most important investment is a shoe. Get to consult people who run, they'll tell you the right shoes to wear. Otherwise, if you don't invest in the right shoes, you have to go to the hospital. Your knees will pay the price. So shoes are important, a watch is important, but shoes, the sporting gear is quite important. The people who run in the morning, you can easily get a cold, pneumonia and stuff like that. You have to invest in those thermal t-shirts. So basically, get into a group of people who do these things. You'll be able to learn a lot. That's the way you start. But I will tell you, for some things like you are walking in the evening, you can start today. You don't need those shoes. Maybe you can use what you have. Walking is much easier as you invest in them. There are people who want to be so ready to start on Monday next week, to start next month. Doesn't work that way. You have to start today with what you have. Then you keep purchasing things, the right toolkit, as you go along. That's the way to start. The last thing is recording. The watch is able to record. We have so many apps these days. We have in the phone, we have Strava, we have Garmin. There are people who use Runkeeper. There are so many apps in the internet. I think the best one is Strava because of the social aspect. You see what your friends is doing. I used to run and thought I was doing so well until I logged in. It's like a Facebook. Strava is like Facebook for those people who run. Then I found other guys, a friend from Tanzania, I have friends from Uganda, from outside the country, Ethiopia, guys who run like crazy. They keep motivating you, and then you know you are not the only fish in the sea. There are many other sharks there, and they keep encouraging you to do. So join those apps. They can help most of you. You'll be able to compare, you'll be able to get motivation. You see other people who are doing it every day. Very, very important. Let me recap. Number 1, don't forget, exercise will reduce stress. Number 2, exercise gives you a lot of energy. Number 3, it helps you to sleep. Number 4, it gives you, we said it enables you to sleep, gives you energy. Exercise also reduces stress. Number 5, exercise also, allow me to say, the exercise also allows you to be disciplined, teaches you how to be disciplined, one of the most difficult things to do. That is number 5. It also enables, it gives you the me time. Very important. Those, I think you'll not forget those points, but before I forget, always remember to start where you are. Don't wait to go to the gym. You can start in the evening, you can walk, you can swim. There are so many things you can do. You can exercise in the house, make YouTube your friend. There are so many people who teach you how to do this, but always keep fit. At least 3 times a week. That is what most people will tell you. If you can do more, the better. At least, the least you can do 3 times a week. Don't say you are big. There are people who will say, I'm not big. That is not, fitness is not about the size of your body. Fitness is about the state of your health. You can be big and healthy and slim with a lot of cholesterol. That is how fitness is all about. So even if you are slim, you need to keep walking. There are people who have programs for adding weight if that is what you want. You can do that in a healthy way. And I also talked about exercise. That is about exercise. Also eating programs. They say the right fitness is made in the kitchen. They say six-pack is made in the kitchen. Food is so important. It's actually, they say, accounts for almost 80% of your fitness. You need to eat well, and food is also medicine. That's what somebody told me, and I fully agree. You eat well, and this is very simple for me. Balanced diet, protein, carbohydrates, and vitamins. Number 2, in the right proportions. You see that place they give diabetes people, they'll tell you these are diabetic diet, but I've learned that is not a diabetic, it's what we should eat. Manage your portions. Balanced diet, but the right portions with moderation. I would also like to tell you, I also eat everything personally. I eat chapo, I eat pizza, I eat everything, burgers, but in moderation. Maybe I do like pizza once a week, which is not a lot. If you have to do soft drinks, you do them maybe once a week or during events. Once a week is more than enough. So you do it with moderation. For me, that's what I believe. There are those who do keto diet where you can't eat wheat products, you can't eat carbohydrates. For me, I don't subscribe to that. I subscribe to wholesome living. You can eat everything, but with moderation. That is the key word here. So you can be able to maintain the right weight, but you eat everything. You don't eat 3 chapos every day. You will add weight. 1 is enough. That is what I mean by moderation. I think there's so much to speak about fitness. I might produce another video in the future or summarize what I'm talking about, talk about running because this is something I'm doing. Tomorrow we'll be doing half a marathon at Karura Forest. We can meet there between 6:30 and 7. At some point you'll do 37 kilometer. Come and join us. You don't need to do 37. You just need to start with 3. Kianza na 3, and if you go to Google, you'll find stories. If you want to lose weight, you can. You find stories of people who can. If you want to add a bit of weight, you find stories of people who have done it. If you want to maintain your weight, find stories of people who have been able to do it. Those are the benefits, and thank you so much. I hope you start exercising. Please subscribe to my channel. Follow me at Reuben Kimani KE in Facebook, in Twitter, Instagram, and in YouTube. I hope you can meet somewhere when you are exercising. God bless you, and I wish you all the very best.